And I've been really fascinated lately thinking about kingdom mindset versus an earthly mindset. And one of the examples that came up here recently, talking about all the tax stuff going on in our country. If you own a property but still pay property taxes, you are in essence still renting from the government on that property. You don't technically 100% own that. You're still making a payment to somebody to be able to stay in that property. So I could own this house outright, but if I stop paying my property taxes, they can take it from me. That's not true ownership. Same thing with everything we build here on this earth. No matter if you have every car, every house, every business, everything 100% paid for, all cash flowing, as an entrepreneur, it's all yours. The day you die, last episode we talked about coming to terms with our mortality. The day you die is the day you give everything you have away to somebody else. You still only temporarily own it. It's still a lease. But focusing ourselves, our attention, our thoughts on something bigger, raising our goals to something that lasts for eternity, is game changer on leaving a legacy that lasts. I mean, even our conversations going on 2 years now. These are conversations grinding and talking and facing and confronting things that just at times are uncomfortable. We've shared very vulnerable moments. You just shared one while ago in this episode of things that we don't technically like talking about, but to get past them and to grow into a better version of ourselves as a follower of Christ, husband, dad, just individual, they're necessary. Because in that time, through all of our experiences together, these are moments that will last for the rest of my life. Of moments that I decided, hey, I'm going to challenge the things I believe in. And if they're true based on God's word, then I'm going to stick to them. But if they're not, I'm actually going to challenge my way of thinking so that I look more like Christ and less like me, especially when it comes to me. So that when I go out and talk to you or talk to other people, I raise my kids, I interact with my wife, those things look more like who I was created to be instead of what I've created to become. Yeah. And that's a big difference in having a kingdom mindset and an earthly mindset. And when we do those things, the peace that comes with that transcends all understanding, like it talks about in the Bible, is because we are following the Creator's definition of who we are instead of the definition that we've created in our finite thinking and mindset. Right. So what's one way in your life that you've noticed that having a kingdom mindset as opposed to an earthly mindset has helped you as an entrepreneur?
So I actually feel like I'm stepping out of this. Again, like I think I brought this up last week, but I feel like I'm stepping into an application phase, taking what I've learned and applying it, what it looks like in my own life. But getting rid of the idea of chasing the money, because what that did was whenever my aim was set to make more money, when I would go to a new client, actually, like I would even say all my clients all I saw was a dollar sign. You know what I mean? It no longer became about the collaboration, the community. The relationship.
Yeah.
It just became, hey, can I come pick up my paycheck?
You know what I mean? It stayed superficial, yeah.
100%. And I wondered why, or what it took was me looking back, because I've never marketed for myself. I've been self-sufficient for going on 3 years now, and I have probably spent $50 on ads.
Yeah, and I've always been envious of that.
But
you've done a really good job networking, getting referrals, and that's a testament to your character and how you handle stuff. I know, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I know you're sharing the fact that sometimes it's been a shallow, what seemed like a big goal with the money, and it is on an earthly standard. I mean, and it's cool that you've accomplished that, but knowing that you wanted more, even in the times that you've had just that goal, through your conviction and your character, you've made sure that the customer was taken care of. It sets you up to be referred so many times, which is just a testament to you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So whenever I was feeling immensely unfulfilled, And I would even say bordering depression. I haven't been diagnosed, but you know what it's like to not feel great.
Yeah,
you know?
you just know. Yeah.
I reflected on, okay, I haven't, what the people I'm working for now, what did I do to get me in the door? And what it was I went in with a heart of service. Of when I went to Shark Beach, you know, I heard about the position opening up, but I showed up with my drone, with my camera, and I said, hey, I'm going to make you a free video for letting me come out here and fly my drone around. Yeah. Like, I knew in my head, like, yes, I was trying to win the client, but I served them first.
Yeah.
Rather than showing up to a business and saying, hey, I'm trying to make money. You know, like, not that I was saying that explicitly, just hand me money, because that's not how that works, but it was the heart of where I was at. Yeah. It was that hunger of still working a day job, going out to that venue, that drive, that hunger again of, no, I'm here because I have something to offer. Let me offer you something. And if it returns it, great. And it has returned tenfold. Like, the people I'm so blessed with the people I work with, because it's just a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of love and care. Like, I've found myself surrounded by really good people, and that's everybody it's so weird. It's so weird. And I don't know what I think of it yet, but everybody I've sought after, or every idea I've had that was just a money grab, never worked out. Like, it just never, I worked for a magazine publication that, like, it was supposed to be like I had a complete network of businesses to operate through, and it just never worked. And could that be me speaking ill on it and saying, like, oh no, like, this isn't going to work? Maybe. It could have been that. But I think there's also something to where my intention was at, and I feel like that's where I'm stepping into. I feel like I've erased most of those pathways of thinking of chasing the money is it, to, do I genuinely have something I can serve this person with? Can I actually collaborate with this person? Can we build something? Yeah. And I think what that entailed also, where I see the kingdom mindset in that is, it's no longer about making me better. It's how can I join this table and we improve the table that we're sitting at, rather than, oh, come to me, like, I will single-handedly make your business better. It's not, how can I join the group, and how can we as a group make this better?
Yeah, that's huge.
And it's collaboration, it's community, it's not self-seeking. Yeah. It's love. Like, it's, am I going in with love, or am I going in to boast about this?
Yeah, with selfish ambition.
To post on social media, look at me, I'm traveling. Mm-hmm. Is it about that, or am I actually serving? That's it. Yeah, I think.
Because when it's selfish ambition, it becomes harder and harder to find people that want to help fund your ambition.
Yes.
But through the example of Christ, as he said, I came to serve and not to be served, he found people willing to follow him all the way to death. Because he was there, they realized he was there to fight for them, represent them in the kingdom of heaven, which paved a way for all of us, and then served that bigger mission, bigger than ourselves, benefited us individually in the end. And so what you bring up is spot on for what we're talking about today, getting all the way to the definition of who we are individually, but then also the definitions of what we do as entrepreneurs. So I'm going to touch on entrepreneurs first, as what you're talking about. When we put ourselves in a position to cause others to succeed, your bank account will benefit from that. So a lot of great salesmen talk about solving a problem. You're talking about going to another level on top of that with a kingdom mindset. When you go in a position to where you're talking to a client and you do not only want to solve a problem, but you want to serve them emotionally, physically, spiritually, all those things to help their business benefit in multiple ways. You are helping them in a way to where they can now trust you. You become part of the family. You become an integral part of their team. And that's even with Shark Beaches. Not only did it open up an initial opportunity, but through your service and your kindness and your dedication to help them succeed, it's opened up other positions with them. And so putting them first, their needs, their wants, their desires, their business needs first has benefited you in such a way that, like you said, it is multiplied tenfold. And when we do that as entrepreneurs, the amount of people that want our help and our services will overwhelm us to the point to where we'll need to now scale and grow. And talking about scaling, growing, all those pieces we'll get into in future episodes. But having yourself in a position to where you even need to consider scaling and growing starts with rewriting and rewiring in your brain the definition of what it means to be an entrepreneur with a kingdom mindset. When we serve others and put their needs first, our needs will be taken care of. When we are selfish in our ambition, we are putting our needs first. And once again, it becomes hard to find people that are willing to put our needs above theirs, especially if we're the ones in the entrepreneur seat trying to sell to somebody else.